Hello, fight fans. How are you all doing? I know you all are looking forward to UFC 232, but I hope you didn't buy live tickets to Las Vegas because if you did, you're going to find yourself with an empty stadium. The golden boy of MMA, if you're into golden showers, I guess. I hope that doesn't get me demonetized. But Jon Jones pissed hot once again. I'm not joking. This is not a freaking April Fool's joke. This is not some kind of got you. This is not clickbait. Jon Jones has atypical finding in a drug test. That's the way that they are reporting this from MMA Junkie, as atypical. But the event is being moved from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. Now, they found out about this test on December 6th, and they just broke this public within the last hour. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen to audio from the press conference that just got over from Dana White and Jeff Novitzky. Here you go.
Fight is moving from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. Okay. And I'll let Novitzky take over.
So December 6th, we were notified by USADA that, well, first off, let me say this is regarding Jon Jones. There's been no violation of the anti-doping program. He is cleared to fight in terms of the USADA program. We were notified early this month of an issue that he has had over his most recent tests, where a very, very small amount, in fact, I'll describe how small it is, of a long-term metabolite of a substance called DHCMT, dihydrochloromethyltestosterone, also known as oral turinabol, which was the reason for his most recent suspension a year and a half ago. A very, very small amount of a long-term metabolite has shown up in a recent urine sample that was collected from him. USADA fully analyzed it internally. They reached out to outside experts from around the world. They consulted with another professional sports league that has seen the same issue, and all of them, independent of us, determined that this was not a re-ingestion of the substance, A, and B, this very, very small amount that was occurring and still showing up, according to these experts, from around the world, did not provide any performance-enhancing benefit. It is not much is known about this long-term metabolite. The parent compound is not approved for human use anywhere in the world, so there's not been any medical studies on it to determine excretion rates, etc. But what both USADA and other entities are seeing is that a reoccurrence or potential pulsing, where you'll have multiple negative tests and then a positive one for a very, very low amount. They're seeing that quite commonly over time, and we don't know, nobody knows how long this condition could last. I mean, it could potentially last forever. Not enough is known about this metabolite. The levels that this metabolite is showing up at are in the picogram amounts. A picogram is a 1/1,000,000th of a gram, and to kind of get everybody to wrap their head around this, if you put 1 grain of salt on this table and split it up into 50 million pieces, 50 million, a picogram is one of those pieces of that gram of salt. What these levels have shown up in Jon's system recently are the single and double digit picograms, so such a small amount. And again, I want to
explain to them that even if you could figure out the science on how to microdose that, which you couldn't.
Right. So, and you can, I invite you guys to look at the Richard McLaren decision. So, it's a published decision, and McLaren, who's one of, the most respected experts in the world in that decision, that John's 1.5-year suspension or 15-month suspension came at. He said even in that case where, it was a strict liability provision, somehow this got into John's system, but he said there was zero evidence that Jon would have even used one therapeutic dose back then to reach those levels, and that's what they're continuing to see in these samples. Jon had, I think, from September, October, November, 4 negative tests, so that they thought, this issue was behind him. But on a most recent sample collection, I think it was December 9th, it showed up again at this very, very low picogram level. Again, I want to reiterate, this isn't the UFC clearing Jon Jones. This isn't Dana White clearing Jon Jones. It's not Jeff Nowitzki clearing Jon Jones. It's USADA and these world-recognized experts who have said, A, there's no evidence of any ingestion of this substance, and B, there's no evidence that this small picogram amount of this long-term metabolite would have any effect on performance enhancement.
Could this be something like whatever he got in his body the first time that caused it, this is just...
That's absolutely what the experts think right now. This is just a remnant, small amounts of that, however it got into his body the first time, continuing to show up.
So obviously, if you've watched my show, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but when you have someone continuing to test positive, continuing even for the most minute amount, repeatedly, that it is admitted to being a drug user, that is admitted to a lot of things, something is going on to get this substance inside Jon Jones' blood or his urine. On these tests, something is going on here, and now all these people that bought a ticket to this event in Nevada, the Nevada State Athletic Commission has said that they did not have proper time to investigate in order to keep Jones cleared to fight at UFC 232 in Las Vegas. So basically what they're saying is, we don't want to be legally responsible, and this is my interpretation of this. I'm not speaking for the UFC or for MMA Junkie, who first broke this case. Credit to them. How I interpret that is the Nevada State Athletic Commission is like, we don't want to be liable for this. We don't have the proper time to investigate this. It's not enough time. It looks like maybe they did try to, since the results of this came out 17 days ago. The California State Athletic Commission, I have been very complimentary of them. They have done a lot of great things as far as moving along weight cuts and trying to monitor how much weight that fighters are cutting and different things. But for them to step in and approve a license for Jones to fight Alexander Gustafsson when Las Vegas, when Nevada did not, that's kind of a red flag for me. So a picogram, like they were talking about, it's 1/1,000,000th of a gram. First of all, that's absolutely amazing that we have the technology to be able to find a picogram, a 1/1,000,000th of a gram. Like Nowitzki said, if you put 1 grain of salt on a table and split it up into 50 million pieces, a picogram is one of those pieces. Jon Jones' test was in the single to double digits, like he said, of those minute amounts. Do I trust the science on that it's really that small, that we really have the technology to even know what 1/1,000,000th of a gram looks like? I'm not 100% sure, but I will tell you that Jeff Nowitzki knows a hell of a lot more about this stuff than I do. USADA's clearing him. NSAC is not. The NSAC issued a statement to MMA Junkie, and I'm going to link this article down below so you guys can read it and watch it for yourself. The NSAC issued a statement to MMA Junkie saying it has allowed Jones to withdraw his fight license application in Nevada so he can fight in California, and that Jones will appear in front of the commission in January. So another trial after losing $250,000. He's still got another trial coming up. So their statement read, today, Nevada State Athletic Commission Executive Director Bob Bennett announced that, in consultation with Nevada State Athletic Commission Chair Anthony Marnell III, unarmed combatant Jon Jones will be allowed to withdraw his pending application for licensure, which was intended to clear him to fight in a major contest in Nevada later this month. The statement reads, that's word for word. After extensive analysis of Mr. Jones' prior 18 months of USADA in and out competition anti-doping drug testing results, Director Bennett, Chair Marnell, and Mr. Jones agreed that he will appear at an evidentiary hearing in January. This will allow for a measured, thoughtful, and comprehensive discussion of his anti-doping testing protocol and results, and provide an opportunity for the Nevada State Athletic Commission to determine the appropriate path forward for him in Nevada. We look forward to that hearing. So once again, Jon Jones has been suspended. He's violated the UFC's own drug testing program. He's violated... no matter what the amount is, it's in violation of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, so much so that they are not granting him a license. And Dana White's like, yeah, let's give that to Jeff Nowitzki. I'll let him speak for me. And then you can kind of hear him on there piping in, and like he's kind of telling Nowitzki what to do. And it goes a little further. If you guys want to watch the whole video, it is in the link down below to this article. Credit again to MMA Junkie for breaking this. I want to know, what do you guys think? Is this some kind of anomaly that Jon Jones just has in his body? Is it something that's left over from so long ago that he just can't get it out of his system? Maybe he cheated years ago, and this is just something that's not coming out? Or is this something to do with a very, very good masking agent that is so good at masking this? It masks everything outside of a few picograms, if we can even wrap our head around how small a picogram is. I have no idea. I don't know the answer to that. I do want to know what you guys think, though. Let me know down there in the comments down below. Please give me a like. Please subscribe if you know what I do here, and ring that bell so you can be notified when I post a new video or go live. As always, I love you, I respect you, and have a merry damn Christmas.